to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Well, hello, folks. Welcome into the Missoula Prep Sports coverage of Missoula Mavericks baseball as we've got the Billings Scarlets at Lindbergh Craig Field to take on the Missoula Mavericks. We're about 2 hours behind, about an hour and 45 minutes. We had a cell come through with some ugly lightning and some rain going on, so we postponed the game, and now we're going to get it in, so we are set to go. The Billings Scarlets starting lineup, starting out with Christian Michelson in center field. Brooks Rohrer is at second base, batting second. Batting third is Andy Larson at first base. Colby Kimmett is the right fielder, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Jaron Wilcox, the catcher. Corey Brownson, the designated hitter, will bat sixth. Batting seventh is Caden Dowler, the shortstop. Batting eighth is Logan Meyer. He's the left fielder, and Nate Dewar is the third baseman. For the Mavericks, it is Dylan Chalmers on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for today's matchup as we get set to go. For the Mavericks, it'll be Brendan Hill leading things off in center field as we get set for our first pitch of the game, and Chalmers will deliver it for strike one. First pitch is at 8:45 p.m. We've got a game time temp of 70 degrees as Chalmers will deliver strike two. 0-2 on the count to Michelson. Brendan Hill in center field leading things off. Dane Frazier is in right field batting second as Michelson will take this one foul. We stay at 0-2 on the count. Trad Richardson's the shortstop batting third. Batting fourth is the left fielder, Bridger Johnson. Stuart Long's the designated hitter. He'll bat in the number 5 spot. Batting sixth is Drew Stensrud holding down third base. Andrew Clausen's catching as this one's bounced out into center field, and Scarlets will have a runner at first and the first hit of the game. So we get Brooks Rohrer now for the Scarlets. Andrew Clausen catching in the number 7 spot. Batting eighth is Zach Hangus holding down first, and Dayton Bay at second will round out the order for the Mavericks. Here's Chalmers with the stretch and set. Pitch on the way, and it's going to come off of Clausen's knee. That will allow the runner to advance to second, and we'll be at 1-0 to Rohrer. And Rohrer showing bunt at his first. So that brings Hangus up inside on the fringe for the Mavericks. And Drew Stensrud his toes on the fringe at third. Here's the pitch, and that'll come in for ball 2, 2-0. So Dylan Chalmers on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. As we jump into conference play for the last 3 weeks, a foul ball brings up strike 1, 2, and 1 on the count. So it's a single game against the Scarlets tonight, a double header tomorrow night. 5 and 7 are the scheduled times for the games. Wednesday is a road trip to Helena for a single conference game, as Chalmers will deliver upstairs to bring us ball 3, 3-1 on the count. And then Friday, it's a trip to Great Falls. There's one game Friday night, and then Saturday a doubleheader in Great Falls. Here's the pitch by Chalmers. And it's a full count at 3-2 for Rohrer. Andy Larson in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets. 1 on, no outs. Top of the first. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be rolled out, picked up by Bay at second. The throw will be made to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
First baseman number 18, Andy Larson.
Brings us to Andy Larson for the Scarlets with one out and a runner at third. We swing back into action on Monday with the Medicine Hat Moose Monarchs, a doubleheader on Monday, and then Tuesday night a single game against the Moose Monarchs. This one's going to drop down, pick up the throw to first, and Hangus holds on. Runner from third will score, and there's 2 outs. The Scarlets get on the board, 1-0.
Right fielder number 12, Colby Kimmett.
We go to Colby Kimmett now, the right fielder. And the first pitch to Kimmett is over the plate for strike one. Our officials for today's game, we've got Seth Kitchens behind the plate and Klein Voorhees in the field as this one swung on. It's chopped down the first base line, foul, and we'll have strike 2, 0-2 to Kimmett. And then the Bozeman Bucks. And that gets us to next Wednesday. It's a home game, 1 7-inning game. And then the Mavericks go to Lethbridge for the Canada trip this year. It's Lethbridge the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd. And then the final game the Mavericks will play of the regular season is the Helena Senators in Helena. This one's bounced out. Bay will pick it up. Bay getting lots of work here in the first as the throw to first is made. And that will end the inning. The Scarlets earned 1 run off a 1 hit, and it is 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back with the Mavericks' turn to bat right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we've got the bottom of the first inning, the Billings Scarlets lead the Missoula Mavericks 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Scarlets getting on the board right away off of a hit. So we go to Michael Zaski on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Zaski warming up for the Mavericks. It's Brendan Hill to lead off. Dane Frazier is on deck and Trad Richardson in the hole. Zaski warming up. So the Mavericks jump into conference games. It's hard to believe that in 3 weeks we will have a state tournament. AA will be in Billings. The A is going to be right here close in Florence. If you are in either the Billings or the Florence area, I would encourage you to check out the state tournaments. It is a blast. If you've ever been to a Mavericks tournament, well, it's right on board with what the Mavericks do for their tournaments. So Brendan Hill steps to the plate for the Mavericks to lead off. Seth Kitchens, our plate umpire, points to Zaski, and the first pitch of the inning is on its way. And Zaski will deliver a ball to start things off for Hill. Here's the pitch. And Hill bounces this one out. Picked up by the second baseman, Rohrer. Throw to first, and the ball just a hair ahead of Hill.
The right fielder, number 7, Dane Frazier.
With one out, we go to Dane Frazier now for the Mavericks. Frazier settles in. The top 3 batters in the order for the Mavericks are part of the home run club, with Dane Frazier leading the way. And the first pitch to Frazier will be ball 1. Dane Frazier with 3, Trad Richardson with 2, and Brendan Hill with an in-the-park home run right here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Here's a pop up over third base. The third baseman's there. Shortstop calls him off, and Dowler will put it in the glove.
The shortstop, number 13,
for the second out
Richardson.
of the inning. We go to Trad Richardson now for the Mavericks with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's the pitch by Zaski. And it'll be inside for a ball. So the Mavericks coming off of a very exciting tournament in Rapid City. They would end up taking 3rd place. Mavericks in the last 3 tournaments, well, they've done very well, as Richardson line drives this one right into the glove of Dowler, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 for the Mavericks. Scarlets hold on. Top of 2 right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
The Missoula Prep Sports Network is Missoula's home for high school sports, and we need your help. MPSN is looking for local businesses to help us cover our local high school athletes by advertising their business on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you know of a business that would be interested in helping the Missoula Prep Sports Network in our coverage of high school sports in the Missoula area, drop us a line by using the Contact Us link at MPSN406.com. MPSN, Missoula's home for Missoula's prep sports heroes.
Welcome back to MPSN as we move to the top of the 2nd inning. Billings Scarlets leading the Missoula Mavericks 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It is Jaron Wilcox, the catcher, to lead things off. Dylan Chalmers with the first pitch from the 5 Valley Idol pitcher's mound is outside for ball 1. And a pitch over the plate evens us out at 1 apiece. Seth Kitchens, our plate umpire for tonight's game. This one's bounced to Chalmers. He's not able to get it, but Bay is there. The throw to first, and Hangus stretches out for the first out of the inning.
Designated hitter, number 9, Corey Brownson.
So we go to Corey Bronson, the designated hitter. 5, 6, 7 batters with number 6 batter Corey Bronson at the plate for the Scarlets. 1 out and nobody on. Stensrud moves up tight on the green as he is expecting bunt. First pitch in is a ball to Brownson. Chalmers back outside on the lefty to make it 2-0. On the count, 1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. And that one will catch the plate to make it 2-1. But the Mavericks in their last 3 tournaments, well, they've got 2 first place and a 3rd place, so they are doing well this year. This one's bounced past Hangus, and it'll be Frazier to pick it up in right field. And with 1 out, the Scarlets will have a runner.
15, Caden Dowler.
Bringing up Caden Dowler, the shortstop. Dowler settling. I mean, we've got a good group of parents here supporting the Scarlets as the first pitch is inside on the right-handed batter for ball 1. We want to say hello to all of the Maverick fans as well as the Billings Scarlets parents and fans that are viewing on the game. That Billings trip is a haul, as we are accustomed to that. Back over to first. Looks like some of the boys got haircuts after the long trip to Rapid City. Upstairs for Dowler, and we'll get ball 2, 2-0. 1 out. Brownson standing at third. And a foul ball brings up strike 1, 2-1 on the count. Kitchens will clean the plate off. And a throw back to first. Chalmers keeping an eye on that runner. So for conference play, as this one's beat foul, and we have strike 2. 2-2 on the count to Dewler. Mavericks sitting at the top at the moment, 9-1 in conference play. And Clausen keeping the ball in front of him, builds to a full count at 3-2. The Bozeman Bucks 12-4 in their conference play. The Elks having a good week as this one's into right field. Frazier's on his wheels. He's got it in the glove, and that's 2 away.
Left fielder number 3.
With Brownson holding at first. Brings up Logan Mayer for the Scarlets with 2 outs and a runner at first. And a throw to first. The Elks sitting in the number 3 spot in the standings, 8-5. They had a good week. Lakers 10-9 as they moved themselves up. The Royals are 6-7. Senators 7-9 in conference play as ball 1 is delivered in to the right-hander. Scarlets are 7-9 as well. Chargers 4-10, and then it's the Moose Monarchs at 3-12 in conference play. As we get ball 2. Here's Chalmers with the stretch and set. And we get ball 3 now. 3-0. For the Mavericks, 9-1 conference play. 71 runs for, 41 runs against, as we'll get strike 1. To the left fielder, bottom of the order. And a walk will put runners at first and second now for the Scarlets. Bottom of the order, Nate.
Third baseman number 13, Nate
Dewar at the plate. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Top of the second. So for the Mavericks, 9-1. .900. This one's bounced out, picked up by Richardson. He'll have the throw at second, and that will end the inning. So the Scarlets get runners, but they are not able to capitalize. And we go to the bottom of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as the Missoula Mavericks are playing the first game of 3 in a homestand against the Billings Scarlets. Scarlets 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard for the Mavericks. It will be 4, 5, 6 in the order. So Bridger Johnson, Stuart Long on deck, and Drew Stensrud in the hole. So Johnson will come to the plate with Michael Zaski up on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. Johnson in left field. He's been a utility outfielder for the Mavericks, filling in where need. Here's the first pitch of the inning. And Johnson will have this one foul for strike 1. So it's all conference games from here on out for the Mavericks, except for the Helena Senators game on the 24th. And Johnson will take a pitch into the shoulder, and the Mavericks will have a runner on for the first time tonight off the hit by pitch. We come to Stuart Long now, the designated hitter for the Mavericks. Well, the Mavericks 9-1, sitting at the top of Class AA baseball. 71 runs for, 41 against. For the Scarlets, they sit in the number 7 spot, 7-9. They've got 81 runs for, but 110 runs against on the season. As this one's hit smartly right in front of the right fielder, and Stuart Long will have the Mavericks with runners at first and second, and the first hit of the game.
Third baseman number 5, Drew Stensrud.
We come to the third baseman, Drew Stensrud, for the Mavericks. Stensrud settling in with runners at first and second and no outs. Zaski now with the pitch. And bunt laid down. This one's going to be right into the pitcher. Throw to first, and the sac bunt does exactly as it's needed. Runners advancing to second and third.
The catcher number 14, Andrew Clausen.
We come to Andrew Clausen with 1 out for the Mavericks. Clausen waits for his first pitch. And Zaski will deliver over the plate for strike 1. Zaski with the stretch and set. And Clausen will swing for strike 2. 0-2 on the count. 1 out. Runners at second and third, with Zach Hangus in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And Clausen will be struck out, swinging for the second out of the inning.
First baseman number 11, Zach Hankus.
Hangus settles in. And over the plate for Hangus for strike one. 2 outs, runners at second and third for the Mavericks. Scarlets lead 1-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch by Zaski. And it's tied in on the chest for Hangus to make it 1-1 on the count. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks, 2 outs. Here's the 1-1. And we'll go to ball 2. Hangus showing some patience at the plate, and that has been his strength the last couple of weeks, is just slowing down and being patient at the plate. Here's the 2-1. And we'll get ball 3 for Hangus. That'll allow Wilcox to go out and check in with his pitcher. Zaski steps on the rubber now. And the pitch. And it's a walk to load the bases. So with 2 outs, bottom of the order, Dayton Bay comes to the plate for the Mavericks.
Second baseman number 1, Dayton Bay.
Here's the pitch by Zaski to Bay. And Bay showing bunt. They're going to throw down the line to third. And they're going to say he's back in time. Oh and 1 on the count. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Top of the order for the Mavericks in the on-deck circle. 2 outs, loaded bases. Bottom of the second inning. Dayton Bay at the plate. Hangus at first, Long at second, and Johnson at third. Here's the 1-1. And that one's across the lips for ball 2, 2-1. That's going to bring out the pitching coach for the Scarlets. Zaski, in his second innings, has 21 pitches so far. 11 of them over the plate as we get the check-in. So we get a quick conference on the mound. Kitchens goes to break it up, and before he can get there, coach and catcher will head back. 2-1 on the count to Dayton Bay. Zaski now with the pitch. And that was going to come off the elbow of Bay. The hit by pitch will bring a run home for the Mavericks. Johnson scoring, and the Mavericks now are tied at 1 apiece. With the top of the order, Brendan Hill at the plate. Zaski says he needs a baseball, and so they'll give him to him. Brent Hathaway, the third base coach for the Mavericks, 29th season with the program. As the first pitch to Hill will come inside for ball one. Brendan Hill with a ground out, his first at bat for the Mavericks. I don't think there is currently a manager in Montana Legion baseball. As a check swing, and they're going to check, and they're going to say that is ball 2, 2-0. Hathaway with a verbal communication to Hill. But as far as Coach Hathaway goes, I don't think there is another manager in a Montana Legion baseball that's been with the program as long as Hathaway. Hill has this one come off the bat awkwardly. The throw will not be made. Now it will, and the runner will score. The Mavericks will take the lead 2-1. And they are going to call that an error.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
So we go to Dane Frazier with loaded bases for the Mavericks, 2 outs. And Frazier will crack this one hard into right field. It's got some leg. That one is at the warning track. Hengis will come home. That will bring home Dayton Bay and Brendan Hill as Dane Frazier stands at second. A 3-run double for Dane Frazier.
Number 13, Brad Richardson.
We go to Trad Richardson now for the Mavericks. And Richardson will bounce this one to the shortstop. The throw is made, and that will end the inning. The Mavericks jump on the board 5-1. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Rob O'Neill are proud sponsors of Maverick Baseball. Why not head to Paradise Falls after the game tonight? Paradise Falls is the official.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we have the top of the third inning. Top of the order, Christian Michelson for the Scarlets. Dylan Chalmers with the pitch, and we'll go 1-1 on the count after the foul ball. Outside pitch brings up ball 2 for Michelson. It was a single, his first at bat, and he would earn the first run of the game for the Scarlets, as Chalmers will deliver it over the plate to make it even on the count at 2 apiece. So 2 games tomorrow night against the Scarlets here at Lindbergh Craig Field. 5 o'clock first pitch on the doubleheader as we stay at 2-2 on the foul tip. Second game, roughly 7 o'clock, just depending on whether we have any weather move through like we did tonight. And we come back inside to make it a full count at 3-2. And then it's a trip to Helena on Wednesday night. And a walk puts a runner on for the Scarlets. So Michelson reaching both at bats. We come to Brooks Rohr. And Chalmers is going to go back to first. Pitch over the plate, evens the set, or brings up strike one. As I jump ahead of myself here, watching our local media come in. It's great that our local media comes in and takes care of these games, covering them as we're outside for ball 1 and 1-1. Dylan Chalmers with the stretch and set. And a low pitch will bring up ball 1, 2-1 on the count. And Richardson will call time to come in and check with his pitcher. So the defensive set for the Mavericks: Drew Stensrud at third, Trad Richardson at short. Dayton Bay is the second baseman, and Zach Hangus at first. Andrew Clausen behind the plate. For your outfield set, it's Bridger Johnson in left, Brendan Hill in center, and Dane Frazier in right, as this one's going to be bounced high. Richardson, throw two down the line, and they're going to say safe at first. Rohr reaching off the fielder's choice.
Number 18, Andy Larson.
Brings up Andy Larson now for the Scarlets. 1 out, 1 on, and Larson will take a swing for strike one. Larson a ground out his first at bat. And we'll go even at 1 apiece. So Dylan Chalmers on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. He is a 2019 graduate of Sentinel, as this one's bounced down the first baseline. Foul to bring up strike 2, 1-2. Chalmers strictly a pitcher, as this one's fouled into the netting. We stay at 1-2. Chalmers, 3 innings in, 2 1/3 innings, I should say. 47 pitches, 27 over the plate. As this one's bounced past Chalmers, and it'll be Hill to pick it up in center with runners at first and second now.
Number 12, Colby Kimmett.
We go to Colby Kimmett now for the Scarlets, as Chalmers asks for a new baseball. Kimmett in right field. And Kitchens, our plate umpire, is going to go ahead and clean that plate off. Chalmers with the stretch and set. And he'll deliver.
Go after him, Dylan.
Ball 1, 1-0. The pitch swung on, and we'll be even at 1 apiece on the count. So for Dylan Chalmers, 6'1", 190-pound right-handed pitcher, and that is his primary position when he came in with the Mavericks, as this one will be over the plate to bring up strike 2, 1 and 2 on the count. But Chalmers did play a little bit of shortstop his first season at the AA level for the Mavericks. But since then, he has been the man on the mound, the ace for the Mavericks. This one's reached for, and it is punted down the line. Frazier dives on it. They're going to wave around Rohrer from second. They're going to bring the runner from first, Andy Larson, around as the throw is made, and the brakes are slammed on for Larson. Clausen chasing down the ball, and 1 run is earned. And the Scarlets are
Number 24, Darren Wilcox.
discussing matters with amongst their coaches. And Jaron Wilcox will bang one foul over the first base dugout for strike 1. 1 out. Chalmers with the pitch. Runners at second and third as this one's bounced down the line. Stensrud with the hop. He'll go ahead and come home, and the force on the tag. He'll be punched out on the fielder's choice to save the score. And there'll be runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Number 9, Corey Brownson.
So with runners at first and second, we get Corey Brownson, and he'll swing for the first pitch for strike 1. 2 outs. Jaron Wilcox at first and Colby Kimmett at second. Chalmers with the 0-1. And a bouncer. Bay will have it on the bounce, picks it up, throw to first. Hanga sticks the bag, and that is the inning. So the Scarlets have a threat, but they don't use it, and we stay 5-2 with 1 run earned. We'll go to the bottom of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry. Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Lindbergh Craig Field. The lights are on. It is a cool July evening here in Missoula as the Billings Scarlets taking on the Missoula Mavericks. Mavericks with the lead 5-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And for the Mavericks, it's the 4-5-6 batters. Bridger Johnson, Stuart Long in the on-deck circle, and Drew Stensrud in the hole for the Mavericks. The Scarlets picking up a run in the top of the third, but some good infield play by the Mavericks holds off the Scarlets. To just 1 run. It is Michael Zaski on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for his 3rd inning of duty against the Mavericks. Wilcox will have the throw to second, and Johnson makes his way to the plate. Our umpires for tonight's game, Seth Kitchens behind the plate, and Clyde Voorhees in the field. Johnson steps into the box, and we have our first pitch of the inning. And
looks good to me. I just get messages from people.
Johnson with a shot into the gap, picked up by the right fielder.
Number 2, Stuart Long.
So with one out, we come to Stuart Long. Stuart Long with a single, his first at bat.
You're not supposed to text me here, Cheryl.
And a pitch by Zasky will come in for ball 1. Long with this single at the DH this game as we get a pitch upstairs. Brings up ball 2, 2-0 on the count. Here's the pitch. And that one's outside, brings up ball 3, 3-0. Zasky. And it'll be a walk for the Mavericks to start.
Number 5, Drew Stendrud.
The third. Drew Stensrud, the third baseman, who had a great play for the second out of the inning. The force out at home. Actually, no, it was not a force out at home. But he had the play at home as Larson would make his way. Here's the pitch by Zasky, and Stensrud lays off for ball 1. So the Mavericks back on the road Wednesday night, and then a trip to Great Falls Friday and Saturday. One game Friday night, a doubleheader on Saturday. As this one's inside for ball 2 for Zasky. 6 straight ball pitches. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle. 1 out. Zasky with the stretch and set. And he'll step off the rubber. Zasky will find the plate to make it strike 1, 2, and 1 on the count. With everybody climbing into the final conference play of the season, Scarlets will make a trip south for a tournament as we build to 3-1 on the count. Stensrud, a sac bunt, his first at bat. Has Long at second. And the throw. Mavericks wearing their white jerseys after the rainstorm. Well, Long will now have pride stripes on the front of that jersey. Here's the 3-1. And a punch high out of play for the first baseman. Foul ball will take us to a full count at 3-2. Zasky will check Long at first, and now the stretch and set. He'll step off the rubber and a leisure throw over to first. Time is called. in the pitch. Stensrud with a foul ball will stay alive at 3-2. We'll be back here tomorrow night. First pitch, 5 o'clock. And a throwback to first as Long hops back on the bag. Clausen in the on-deck circle. Zach Hangus in the hole with 1 out. Runner at first. Here's the 3-2. And Stensrud punches this one hard into right field. Right fielder is there. And the line drive into right field will bring up out number 2 here in the bottom of the third. We come to Andrew Clausen now for the Mavericks with 2 outs and Stuart Long at first. And Clausen will foul it off. Brings up strike 1. Clausen struck out swinging his first at-bat as Zaski steps off of the rubber. And Clausen is tagged. Puts runners at first and second now for the Mavericks as Hangus will come to the plate. Hangus and Kitchens doing a little dancing at the plate, trying to figure out who's going to go where. And now we get set. Runners at first and second, 2 outs for the Mavericks. Bottom of the third. And the first pitch is outside for ball 1 to Hangus, the first baseman. Walked his first at bat. He has been playing very well over there at first, getting the knob, and then he would have 2 appearances at the tournament in Rapid City as he would pitch the first game against Premier West, getting the win, and then playing in the third, and then pitching the third place game with the win over Terre Haute. Here's the 2-0. And Hangus. This one will be fair as it's going to bounce down the line. No play. And Zach Hangus will load the bases up with no play on the ball.
Number 1, Dayton Bay.
Takes us to Dayton Bay for the Mavericks, with 2 outs and loaded bases here in the bottom of the third. And the first pitch to Bay will be inside for a ball. For Dayton Bay, he was hit by a pitch his first at bat. Here's the 1-0. Bay bounces this one over the pitcher's head. Shortstop's got it. Fielder's choice at second will end the inning. Mavericks load the bases up but don't capitalize. 5-2, top of the fourth. Mavericks lead coming up right after this.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at world views. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the fourth inning. 7 innings scheduled tonight between the Missoula Mavericks and the Billings Scarlets. Mavericks lead 5-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Scarlets, it's the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9 batters. Caden Dowler, Logan Dowler at the plate. Logan Mayer in the on-deck circle, and the bottom of the order in the hole. Dylan Chalmers in for his 4th inning of duty, and he'll deliver strike 1. Chalmers at 57 pitches, 36 over the plate. And outside will take us even at 1 apiece on the count. For Dowler, it would be a line drive out, his first at-bat. And over the plate brings up strike 2. 1 and 2 on the count. Abnormal cold evening. And Chalmers will strike out the batter for the first out of the inning. So it looks like the Lethbridge Elks took a game tonight against the Billings Royals. 9-1. As we get Logan Mayer. First pitch is over the plate for strike 1. Puts the bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. Strike 2 on the pitch by Chalmers. 0-2. Looks like the second game has started over in Billings, as this one's held off for ball 1. 1 and 2 on the count. And we go to 2 and 2. So for Dylan Chalmers, this is his 3rd season with the Mavericks at the AA level, as this one's bounced out. Richardson will have it at the fringe. The throw to first. Angus sticks the bag, and that is 2 away on the ground out.
Number 13, Nate Dewar.
Bottom of the order now, Nate Dewar for the Scarlets with 2 outs. Here's a shot into the glove of Dane Frazier, and that is 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. Mavericks will bat in the bottom of the 4th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Some changes in life are too painful to go through alone, and Cunningham Law can help in making difficult decisions from divorce to child custody. Kyle Cunningham focuses solely on family law. Cunningham Law will help you land on your feet when big changes come to your family and life. Visit www.familylawmontana.com or give Kyle a call at 406-203-4678 today. Cunningham Law Services. You don't have to go through this alone. Cunningham Law is a proud sponsor of the Northwest Regional Tournament.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Lindbergh Craig Field. Missoula Mavericks, Billings Scarlets. Mavericks leading 5-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the fourth inning brings us to the top of the order for the Mavericks. Brendan Hill will lead off. Dane Frazier in the on-deck circle, and Terad Richardson is in the hole. Michael Zaski on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound, and it looks like the Mavericks are sending Stuart Long down to the bullpen to warm up his arm. Dylan Chalmers at 66 pitches. So the designated hitter for the Mavericks, Stuart Long, going to the bullpen to warm up. The Scarlets do have the gate open down the third base line, but was not able to see the young man that's down there. So both teams preparing for a change on the 5 Valley pitchers mound. For now, it's Michael Zaski for the Scarlets as Brennan Hill settles into the box. And the first pitch to Hill will be over the plate for strike one. For Hill, a ground out and an error on the game. He'll let this one come by for ball one. 1-1 on the count. Bottom of the fourth inning takes us 59 minutes into the game, as Hill will back off, and we'll bring up ball 2. 2-1 on the count. Both bullpens with action going on right now. Here's the pitch. And we get ball 3. 3-1. Here's the pitch now by Zaski. And that one did clip Hill. Regardless, he's going to get the base because that would have been
number 7, Dane Frazier.
Ball 4. And that'll take us to Dane Frazier for the Mavericks. Frazier settling in. Hill jumping at first, and that'll throw the pitch off, I would imagine, as we get ball. Oh no, they're going to say that is strike. The game within the game. Once the runner reaches, runners like Hill, they are a threat for the stolen base. Zaski will step off the rubber. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle. Hill will go. Throw is made, and Hill will slide in as the ball rolls into center field. He'll hop up and grab a gear, make his way to third, and Brennan Hill will have a stolen base with an error. And we'll go 1-1 on the count. Two and 0 on the count, so Frazier will hit this one foul into the netting to bring up strike one. It looks as though we have a new dent in the wall up here in the press box, and somebody actually signed it. over behind the score from the tournament this weekend as this pitch comes over the plate for strike 2, 2-2 on the count. Fourth of July against Kalispell. No outs. Hill at third. Here's the 2-2, and Frazier will roll it out. The shortstop with a good glove, a throw to first, and Dane Frazier will be out on the ground out. A lot of heat coming off that ball.
Richardson.
And Dooler doing a good job to keep it in front of him. Trad Richardson now for the Mavericks with one out. Here's Zasky with the pitch. And it'll be on the plate for strike 1 for Richardson. A line drive and a ground out. On the game. Hill steps from third. And the pitch gets away. Hill bounces. They're looking for it, and Brennan Hill will step on home plate. Off the wild pitch, the Mavericks will take a 6-2 lead over the Scarlets. Bases cleared now. 1-1 on the count to Richardson. Pitch on the way, and Richardson will foul this one back. 1-2 on the count. Richardson at the plate, Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's Zasky with the pitch. And Richardson fouls this one into the netting to stay alive at 1-2. Looks like clouds are building to the south of us, but we should be able to get through this game. Here's the 1-2. And that'll be strike through 3. So with 2 outs, we come to Bridger Johnson, and that's Adam Hoos coming out. And we might see a pitching change here for the Scarlets. And this is just who's checking in with Zasky. Well, it's summertime, folks. That means trips to the lake, trips into the woods, or maybe you're going to host a barbecue. We'll stop by and see our friends over at Fast Trip Conoco. We've got the most convenient gas pumps, the largest selection of cold drinks, and they are going to bring in the pitcher from the bullpen, as well as the largest ice freezer in town. Fast Trip Conoco, a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So a new pitcher coming in for the Scarlets will step aside while he warms up. We'll get your defensive changes right after this. Mavericks lead 6-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as Aaron Seward will stand on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. First batter he will face is Bridger Johnson. An outside pitch will bring up ball 1 to Johnson. Johnson hit by a pitch and a line drive. As we get ball 2, 2-0. So for Zaski, 3 2/3 innings, 62 pitches, 31 of them over the plate. As Johnson will take this one high and shallow into right. Second baseman puts it in the glove, and that is
For the Mavericks, 1 run, no hit,
the
no
inning.
error, no one left.
So we go to the top of the 5th. Mavericks leading 6-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournaments.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we come to the top of the 5th inning, the Mavericks lead 6-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of the order, Christian Michelson to lead things off with Dylan Chalmers on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. And the first pitch of the inning will be swung on for strike 1. I've said it before and I'll say it again. One stat that I wish I was able to track is first pitch swings for a strike, as Chalmers will deliver strike 2. 4 guys like Dylan Chalmers. Ironman on the mound. Stuart Long back in the bullpen as we get ball 1, 1-2 on the count. So Billings Scarlets making a change on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound, and the Mavericks looking to do the same thing for Dilly. This one's going to be foul. And we'll stay at 1-2. Dylan Chalmers at 70 pitches. 45 over the plate. I think they were wanting to keep Chalmers under 80 pitches today. A roller. Richardson picks it up on the fringe. The throw to first. Hanga sticks the bag, and that'll be the first out to start the inning.
Number 7, Brooks Rohr.
Takes us to Brooks Rohr, the second baseman, with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the pitch, and it'll be inside for ball 1. For Rohr, it's a ground out and a fielder's choice on the game. Chalmers now with the 1-0. And that is where Chalmers was looking on the first pitch to take us even on 1 at the count. Pitcher over the plate takes us to 1-2 on the count. Here's the pitch by Chalmers. And a bouncing ball to Richardson. He'll have it. The throw to first is just ahead of the runner, and that's 2 away on back-to-back ground outs.
Number 18, Andy Larson.
To the shortstop. Takes us to the first baseman, Andy Larson, for the Scarlets with 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the 5th inning, scheduled for 7. On the night. And over the plate for strike 1. Chalmers in a rhythm now on that 5 Vallejo pitcher's mound. Here's the 0-1, a foul ball. Takes us to strike 2. And that will bring Hathaway out. And our official score says 79.
79.
So it's 79 pitches. That will bring in Stuart Long. So the Mavericks will make the change on the 5 Vallejo pitcher's mound. We'll be back with Stewie right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Switch on the mound for the Mavericks brings in Stuart Long. So for Dylan Chalmers, it was 4 2/3. 79 total pitches, 51 of them over the plate, 2 runs, both of them earned off of 4 hits, struck out 1, walked 2, did not hit any batters, finished with a 3.00 ERA. So Stuart Long comes in to stand on the 5 Vallejo pitcher's mound. 0-2 on the count to Andy Larson of the Scarlets. Larson with a ground out and a single. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning. Mavericks lead 6-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And the first pitch will be fouled to keep us at 0-2. Here's the pitch by Long. It'll be outside, and we'll go 1-2 on the count. Stuart Long in on the 5 Valor pitcher's mound. Dylan Chalmers done. Both teams going to the bullpen. A roller. Bay dives for it. It's going to get all the way out to Hill in center field, and that will put a runner on for the Scarlets with 2 outs. We come to Colby Kimmett, the right fielder. Larson steps away from first. Stewart checks him. And a line drive into center field. Hill will let it hop, and that's runners at first and second now.
Number 24, Jaron Wilcox.
With 2 outs, we come to the catcher, Jaron Wilcox, with runners at first and second. Scarlets' little bat boy coming out to snag the bat from Wilcox. Runners at first and second. 2 outs on the board. Wilcox at the plate. Here's Stuart Long, and Stewart will place it over the plate for strike 1, 0-1 on the count. Kimmett at first, Larson at second. Long with the stretch and set, and time is called. For Wilcox, a ground out and a fielder's choice. And a bouncer. Richardson gets there. The throw to first is high. Hangus has to get off the bag, and that will load the bases. And they are going to call that a hit.
Number 9, Corey Brunson.
You're doing fine, Stewie.
Bases loaded with 2 outs. Corey Brownson, the designated hitter now for the Scarlets. Here's Long with the stretch and set, and a foul ball will bring up strike 1. Long with the pitch. And it'll be over the plate for strike 2, 0-2 on the count. Long delivers outside for ball 1, 1-2 on the count. And a roller. Hangus will be able to pick this one up. Race to the bag, won by Hangus. Bases get loaded, but the Mavericks hold them off, and it stays 6-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the 5th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Did your computer go down? Don't worry. Mike's Print and Copy has computer rentals available until you can get your computer replaced. In addition to computer rentals, Mike's has self-serve copiers so you can take care of your printing needs at your time. Do you have large-scale printing that needs to be done? From high-tech blueprints to large quantities, Mike's Print and Copy is your print store. Stop in and say hi to Mike at their new location at 1605 South Avenue West in Missoula. Mike's Print and Copy, proud sponsors of the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th inning, Mavericks lead 6-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Aaron Seward back on the mound for the Scarlets. The 5 Valado pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. It is Stuart Long, so the new pitcher will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Stuart Long, Drew Stensrud, and Andrew Clausen, 5, 6, 7 batters. Mavericks will have a doubleheader against the Scarlets tomorrow night. First pitch, 5 o'clock, right here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Second game, roughly 7 o'clock, just depending on how the ball bounces. Here's the pitch by Seward, and this one's taken right into right field. And Stuart Long will find himself at first to lead the inning off.
Number 5, Drew Stensrud.
Takes us to Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks, the third baseman. Hathaway with the signal. from the third base coach's box. Brian Mosier, the first base coach. And that'll bring up ball one right out of the gate to Stensrud. Stensrud, sac bunt and a line drive on his evening. Looking to move long. And we'll get ball two on the pitch, 2-0. Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. And Stens will foul this one off to bring up strike one. 2-1 on the count. Mavericks on the road Wednesday night as they will head to Helena for a single 7-inning game. And then a road trip to Great Falls Friday and Saturday. 3 games in Great Falls, 1 Friday and 2 on Saturday. And Seward will deliver ball 3, 3-1 on the count to Stensrud. Stuart Long at first for the Mavericks, no outs. Seward will walk Stensrud. And the Mavericks will have runners at first and second as Andrew Clausen comes to the plate.
Number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Seward with the pitch. Clausen showing bunt. That's going to be down the first base line. And they're going to say fair. And that will load the bases up. Clausen sneaking a bunt out of the pocket. And the Mavericks will have loaded bases. With no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Stuart Long at third, Drew Stensrud at second, and Andrew Clausen at first as the first pitch to Hangis is ball 1. For Hangis, a walk and a single on his night. And we get ball 2 as Wilcox not able to hold on to that pitch. Big shoes to fill behind the pitchers, behind the plate for the Scarlets. Ben Tallman, such a force there for the Scarlets as ball 3 comes up for Hangis. And I think on the coaches roster, I saw that Ben Tallman is one of the assistant coaches. Here's the 3-0. And we'll get strike 1, 3-1. Mavericks lead 6-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Bottom of the 5th, no outs, loaded bases. Bottom of the order in the on-deck circle. And Hangis will crack this one into center field. Center field comes up on it, puts it in the glove. A tag by Long. The throw is made. And the sac fly will earn a run for the Mavericks to make it 7-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Number 1, Dayton Bay.
So with the 1 out, bottom of the order, Dayton Bay at the plate for the Mavericks. Runners at first and second. Bay will lay down the bunt, down the third base line, picked up the throw to first. Bay will reach, and the bases will reload for the Mavericks off the bunt by Dayton Bay.
Number 3, Brendan Hill.
Brings up Brendan Hill, top of the order for the Mavericks. Loaded bases and 1 out. Hill looks down the third base line. Hathaway with his hands on his hips, so Hill will settle into the box. For Brendan Hill, a ground out, reached off an error, and then a hit by pitch. And first pitch will come in for ball 1 to Hill. Hill had some special visitors, some special fans in Rapid City this weekend, as his grandfather, grandmother, and aunt would come and watch some games coming up from Colorado. Pitch upstairs brings us to ball 2. So I'm sure that was special for Hill to have his grandfather come up and watch some games with his grandmother and aunt coming along. Hill now with a crack past the shortstop. It'll roll into right field. A tag at third, and that will bring home Stensrud. And the Mavericks will keep the machine running with loaded bases.
Number 7, Dane Frazier.
And it's now 8-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Dane Frazier at the plate for the Mavericks. With 1 out, Frazier leading the Mavericks with 3 home runs this year. Picked up a hearty shot in Billings against the Royals before we went to Rapid. And it'll be a strike served to hit Frazier. Frazier, infield fly, a double and a ground out on his evening. Mavericks lead 8-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Aaron Seward on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. They do have the gate open down the third base line. So the Scarlets warming up a new arm. Outside pitch takes us even at 1 apiece for Frazier. Here's the stretch and set by Seward. And we'll bring up ball 2, 2-1. Loaded bases, 1 out. Hill at first, Bay at second, and Clausen at third. And Seward will deliver ball 3, 3-1 on the count to Frazier. Your defensive set for the Scarlets, it's Nate Dewar at third, Caden Dooler at short, Brooks Rohr at second, and Andy Larson is the first baseman, Jaron Wilcox behind the plate. Here's the 3-1, and Frazier will be walked. That'll bring home the runner, Clausen, and the Mavericks will take a 7-2 lead on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard with 2 outs. Trad Richardson at the plate for the Mavericks, shortstop. Trad really stepping up as a veteran this year, showing some leadership. And a pitch in the dirt brings up ball 1 to Richardson. For Richardson, a line drive, a ground out, and struck out, looking his 3 at-bats. Loaded bases, 1 out. Here's the pitch. And Richardson will swing for strike 1, 1-1 on the count. Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. And Richardson with a foul ball brings it 1-2. Here's the 1-2. And we'll get ball 2. 2-2. Seth Kitchen, our plate umpire, with Klein and Voorhees in the field. Here's the 2-2. And Richardson with a pop into right field shallow. The second baseman will come up and put it in the glove, and that's 2 outs.
Number 10, Bridger Johnson.
So with 2 outs and loaded bases, we come to Bridger Johnson for the Mavericks. With the cloud cover, it has turned into a dark evening. Here's a roller, third baseman, the throw to second, and the fielder's choice will have the out to end the inning. The Mavericks earn 3 runs. It's now 9-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back with the top of the 6th right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hello folks, Chris Stratton here. You know me as the voice of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. I'm here to announce that the Milk Crate Media will be launching their newest project, the Chris Stratton Show podcast. That's right, folks. We're going to take our play-by-play coverage and bring it into the studio to give our student athletes in Missoula a voice to tell their stories. It'll be launching on July 15th on the Milk Crate Media Network, and you'll be able to find it at thechrisstrattonshow.com, as well as any of your outlets for podcasts.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. It is the top of the 6th inning. The Mavericks lead 9-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard as Papa Stensrud and Papa Frazier giving us the Thriller dance here in the press box. Caden Dooler will lead things off for the Scarlets here in the top of the 6th inning. So the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 batters. As Dooler will foul this one off for strike 1. Stuart Long on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Here's the 0-1 by Long. And that'll bring up strike 2. Dooler thinking about taking it, but backs off. For Dooler, it's a line drive and a strikeout swinging on his evening. Here's the 0-2 by Long, and a swinging strikeout will be the first out of the inning.
Number 3, Logan Meyer.
Logan Meyer, the left fielder for the Scarlets now. Here's the pitch by Long. And it'll be ball 1. For Meyer, a walk and a ground out. Here's the 1-0. Upstairs, brings up ball 2, 2-0. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. So Long gets into the count with the pitch, making it 2-1. Long coming in for Chalmers. Chalmers coming out at the 79th pitch. Mavericks wanting to keep him under 80 pitches as this foul ball takes us 2-2 on the count. Getting into the conference portion of the season, so Coach Hathaway making sure that his arms are in the right order. Here's the 2-2 by Long. And Clausen will keep it in front of him for a full count at 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch by Long. And it's out into left field. Bridger Johnson will have his first work of the evening.
Number 13, Nate Dewar.
And we'll have 2 outs with Nate Dewar, bottom of the order, coming to the plate. Nobody on, 2 outs, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch by Long, and it'll bring up ball 1, 1-0. For Dewar, it's a fielder's choice and a line drive on the day. Here's a bouncer past Stensrud, and Johnson will pick it up on the roll. And with 2 outs, the Scarlets will have a runner at first. We swing to the top of the order now for the Scarlets to Christian Michelson. See if we have an update from the Elks and Royals. And a first pitch to Michelson's over the plate for strike 1. So it looks as though the Elks get a 2-0 win over the Royals. So the Elks go 2-0 against the Royals this evening. Ball 1, 1-1 on the count. And the Elks, they are on the march up the standings. They have been on a winning streak over the last week as time has called. Two outs, runner at first, 1-1 on the count. And strike 2 is brought up on the pitch by Stuart Long. Top of the 6th inning takes us 1 hour and 40 minutes into the game as we get an even count at 2 apiece on that pitch. Had a hour and 45 minute rain delay tonight. Had a system come through just as we were getting set up here in the press box. Both teams jumping on the tarp and covering up the field. And a dropped third strike. They're going to say that is strike 3. And a discussion is held. And Seth Kitchen will say that's the out. Here comes Hughes to argue it. Mavericks will leave it 6-2. We'll step aside. Bottom of the 6th coming up right after this.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournaments.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City. What?
New York City!
Mm-hmm. The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning, Mavericks lead 9-2. A heated discussion going on between Houston, our umpires, on that last strike to end the inning. But the boys in blue, they're in charge, and they make the final call. And it is the end of the inning. So we come to the Mavericks portion of the 6th with the 5, 6, 7 batters scheduled up. Stuart Long to lead off, Drew Stensrud on deck, and Andrew Clausen in the hole. Mavericks leading 9-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Aaron Seward continues his time on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound.
Number 2 is Stuart Long.
So Long stepping to the plate. Here's the first pitch of the inning. And he'll be over the plate for strike 1. For Long, a single, a walk, and a single on.
We gotta cut off alcohol sales earlier. I heard it.
When we get ball 1, 1-1 on the strike, or on the count. Here's the pitch. And Stuart Long will foul this one off to take us to strike 2, 1-2 on the count. To Stuart Long, he is standing on the 5 Valor pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Defensively, he came in as the DH. Here's the pitch. And that'll take us even at 2 apiece. Here's the pitch. And a foul ball keeps Stuart Long going at 2-2. For Seward, since he came in, 34 pitches, 16 of them over the plate. Here's the pitch. And we'll go full at 3-2 to Stuart Long. It has become a very dark night here at Lindbergh Craig Field. Long with a bouncer to the third baseman. Good play by Dewar. He'll have the throw to first. Larson sticks the bag and the ground out will be the first out of the inning. We go to Drew Stensrud for the Mavericks with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Seward with the pitch. And it'll be ball 1 to Stensrud. For Stensrud, a sac bunt, a line drive, and a walk on his evening. Pitch over the plate takes us even on the count at 1 apiece. Back in action tomorrow night with a doubleheader against the Scarlets. As Stensrud will roll this one out to the shortstop, a high throw to first. Larson on the bag, and that's 2 away. So we come to the catcher, Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks. Seward with the pitch, and Clausen will foul it off for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. And a pop fly into right field will be in the glove of Kimmett. Mavericks go 1, 2, 3. It is down to the 7th for the Scarlets. Mavericks leading 9-2.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we come to the final frame of the evening. Mavericks leading the Scarlets 9-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, top of the 7th inning. So it is up to the Scarlets. Brooks Rohrer to lead off. Andy Larson on deck and Colby Kimmett, the 2, 3, 4 batters scheduled on the inning. Stuart Long stands on the rubber on the 5 Valley Auto pitchers mound. And the first pitch of the inning is bounced out. Dayton Bay will have it on the play. The throw to first, and it's one away.
Number 18, Andy Larson.
We go to the first baseman, Andy Larson, now for the Scarlets with 1 out. Nobody on, top of 7. Long now with the pitch. He'll be upstairs. Clausen's got to hop up for it, and we'll have ball 1. Here's the pitch. And we'll have ball 2 to Larson. For Larson, a ground out and back-to-back singles on his night. Outside pitch brings up ball 3, 3-0 to the first baseman. Colby Kimmett in the on-deck circle with 1 out, nobody on. Here's the 3-0 by Stewie. And that'll bring up strike 1, 3-1. And Larson gets the bounce. Richardson picks it up. The throw to first is behind the runner. And with 1 out,
number 12, Colby Kimmett.
The Scarlets will have a runner on board. We come to the right fielder, Colby Kimmett, with 1 out, 1 on. Here's the pitch by Long, and it'll be inside for ball 1. Long will step off the rubber, now back on. Here's the 1-0. Runner's going to go, swung on, and that'll be a foul ball, sending Larson back to first. Even on the count at 1 apiece. Jaron Wilcox in the on-deck circle for the Scarlets. Here's the stretch and set. Upstairs pitch brings up ball 2, 2-1. For Kimmett, a ground out, a double, and a single on his evening. And we get ball 3. Long. Now with the stretch and set. Here's the 3-1. Foul ball brings up a full count. Here's the stretch and set. And reaching, foul ball. We stay full at 3-2. Andy Larson at first for the Scarlets with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Runner's going to go. And this one is high down the first base line. Hangus is there. They'll make the throwback to first, and the double play will end the game. The Mavericks get the win 9-2 over the Scarlets. For the Scarlets, 2 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors, and 8 runners left on. 9 runners left on. For the Mavericks, it would be 9 runs off of 7 hits, no errors, and 7 left behind. Mavericks back in action tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. We'll talk to you Tuesday night.
First pitch at 5 o'clock. Good night.
Good night, folks.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Well, goodbye.